This is the High School Crossfire. Welcome back.
Resolve permanent numbers or Lakeside College Luzira. This house believes that war should not be justified, and we come as team affirmatives. First and foremost, a quote from the late Martin Luther King: "We must learn to live together as brothers, and or else we shall perish together as fools." Ladies and gentlemen, and a panel of judges, we are here to live as brothers, as with our farmers. We are here to show you that indeed peace can settle everything, apart from going out there and fighting wars that will not solve anything. Ladies and gentlemen, the first speaker, Team Negators, came here and told us everything. We only had one source of information, ladies and gentlemen. How sure are we that they are not giving us fallacies? How sure are we that they are not giving us false information of what they are talking about? Ladies and gentlemen, and the panel at large, you have not had any source of information apart from the first speaker, ladies and gentlemen. So we are not sure whether these guys are telling us correct information or not. They should come and give us proof of where they are getting their sources of information, ladies and gentlemen. We came as the ICJ, and our first speaker and second speaker said it very well: International Court of Justice. And the second speaker, Team Negators, comes and tells us that we are coming under the ICC. Ladies and gentlemen, this shows a clear concern that they are not even paying attention to what we are saying, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, we came under the ICJ, which is the International Court of Justice, ladies and gentlemen. How do they come here and tell us that we are coming under the ICC, ladies and gentlemen? We should please pay more clear attention when you're coming here. Ladies and gentlemen, national wars are entitled with geopolitical wars, and we as our farmers come here under geopolitical wars, meaning the negators are coming to our side indirectly, ladies and gentlemen. Therefore, they are supporting us, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to pose a question to Team Negators. Negators, don't national wars cause death? You have not given us a source of information that indeed, with these wars that are going on, civilians of that nation will not be harmed. Civilians of that nation will not suffer. Civilians of that nation will not die. You're not giving us information to whether they will be safe. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here to address a clear cause. Indeed, we are here to address a clear cause, knowing that our people are not going to die. Our people are not going to suffer. You've come and said, indeed, national wars can be justified. Ladies and gentlemen, they have not given us proof on how civil wars can be justified. Only they have given to us that through an act of defense. Yes, an act of defense we have not refused. Everyone is allowed to defend themselves, and indeed it's a what? It's a right. But we have a right to live. We have a right to life, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot come here advocating for wars, ladies and gentlemen. We as our farmers have come advocating for peace, and you've come here telling us that through an act of defense with no source of information, ladies and gentlemen. I might be acting out for defense, ladies and gentlemen, but my other person is suffering out there. So please, Team Negators, come and inform us of how those people that are going to be involved in that war will not be harmed, will not be hurt. Have you reserved a specific place have you reserved a specific place of battle that you're going to make sure that the people are not going to be harmed? Ladies and gentlemen, at the panel at large, they have not given us anything of that sort. On what grounds do you come and say that indeed wars can be justified, ladies and gentlemen? This is what I was saying, that they are not giving us any source of information. They are not giving us anything to prove that indeed wars can be justified, ladies and gentlemen. We are seeing that people are dying in wars, as our second speaker said, ladies and gentlemen. When innocent lives are being taken, ladies and gentlemen, we are here to address a national cause, and not even a national cause, but a global cause, ladies and gentlemen. People are dying out there, ladies and gentlemen, and we are seated on our 2 feet, ladies and gentlemen. We saw that Martin Luther King, the late, strived and won a war without any bloodshed, ladies and gentlemen. He was advocating for peace, ladies and gentlemen, and he lives as a hero up to now, knowing that indeed he did something great. He did something that helped the nation out there, ladies and gentlemen. He helped the blacks acquire their rights, ladies and gentlemen. So why can't we move in the steps of Martin Luther King, ladies and gentlemen, and fight wars without any bloodshed, ladies and gentlemen? We are promoting the future, ladies and gentlemen. What life do we have without people, ladies and gentlemen? And the negators come here telling us fallacies and wrong information without any source of information, ladies and gentlemen. With this, I would like to rest my case, telling them that we should live as brothers and not as fools, ladies and gentlemen. With this, I rest my case.
Tibata Varen Mukalu, Rubaga Girls. Resolved. First and foremost, the farmers called us and they said, come and inform us. Farmers, I'm here to inform you. Now, first and foremost, the whole talk, the farmers, Martin Luther. We are talking about justification of wars. Dear ladies and gentlemen, they are talking about things like loss of lives. The countries that are being attacked too, lives are being lost. Now, for example, dear ladies and gentlemen, if we are to talk about the Second World War, they talked about the bombing of the 2 cities of Japan, dear ladies and gentlemen. The USA was under self-defense, dear ladies and gentlemen. They bombed the Pearl Harbor, and also lives were lost, destruction of property. People lost their lives, livelihoods were lost. So, USA going to also inflict pain on Japan, which also led to the end of the Second World War. That is defense. Dear ladies and gentlemen, the farmers came and told us... Denied. The farmers came and told us things like affecting agriculture. They came and told us things like taking the matter to the courts. But dear ladies and gentlemen, we also know how insufficient court is. We also know the procedure. And in our timeline, we are speaking about urgency. Dear ladies and gentlemen, urgency. If we are talking about a nation has come, attacked our president, attacked our property, what are we supposed to do? To wait and pursue it to the court, to wait and take it to the court. Dear ladies and gentlemen, we are going to justify war. We are going to go for war in order to defend ourselves. Dear ladies and gentlemen, if it took certain men's blood that we are sitting here in peace, dear ladies and gentlemen, if it even took the blood of Jesus for us to get peace, then it will take certain men's blood to receive peace. And we are going to receive this peace as soon as possible. If the bombing of those 2 states led to the ending of the Second World War, which had taken over 6 years, then we are going to go for war if it's going to restore peace. Because war is actually absolute and not relative. And furthermore, our dear farmers, you came and told us the effects, and you said, first we are advocating for peace. Denied. First we are advocating for peace. Which peace? How peace? When are you going to give us peace? And when if you are to take it, because you only gave us, we're going to go to court. Oh, people are dying, and then we are seated waiting for the court to think about it, and the magistrate to come and talk about it. That is wastage of time. We are talking of urgency. As you said, lives matter. So we have to act urgently. Go for war. Stop that war and save everyone. Save lives, and we go on with life. Now, dear ladies and gentlemen, give an example. Because our body is the United Nations, if countries all over the world came together to fight Russia against Ukraine, trust me, within a week, within a month, that we would be done with that war between Russia and Ukraine. But because we are all choosing for diplomacy and not accepting war and not justifying war, we are all seated and numbers are dying. People are dying in Ukraine. Lives, women are being raped. People are suffering. We are going to justify war. We are going to go for war because war is choosing to be an instrument of peace. Dear ladies and gentlemen, and the panel, as you can all see, that surely the negators are taking it this afternoon, dear ladies and gentlemen, because the farmers have no say in this. They don't even understand what they are talking about. All they are saying is we want brotherhood. Brotherhood, how is brotherhood going to be when you come and attack me? How is brotherhood when you want my territory? For example, dear ladies and gentlemen, Uganda at one point had the Saba. I know most of you know about the Saba. Uganda wanted to take some territories from Tanzania, dear ladies and gentlemen. But now it's brotherhood. Because they're taking our territory, you should not say a thing because it's brotherhood. Dear ladies and gentlemen, we as the negators justify war. I rest my case.
This is the High School Crossfire. We'll be back in a minute.